Hi everybody, time now for weather news with J7409, the name you know, the news you can use. We're going to start off with the general weather forecast. As you look at the GFS, we will have the tropical update, so please watch this entire video. Got a whole lot of stuff to talk about. So we turn it on, let it roll. Now, there will be a concern coming up tomorrow for severe thunderstorms from the upper Midwest east across the upper Ohio Valley and through the northern mid-Atlantic region. Now, the greatest risk at this time appears to be focused on eastern Ohio and northern West Virginia, east across Pennsylvania, northern Maryland, and New Jersey. All of you guys, you may have the risk of some severe weather. So keep that in mind. Over the next few days, we got a wavy and quasi-stationary front. It will remain in place stretching from the central high plains east all the way to the mid-Atlantic. Now, meanwhile, along this front, there will be multiple waves of low pressure tending to advance east along it. And these waves of low pressure, coupled with warm, moist air lifting north from the Gulf of Mexico and overrunning the front, will foster an expansive area of showers and thunderstorms. Activity will cover a large area, including much of the Central Plains, Midwest, and areas east across the lower Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, and southern New England. Now, in addition to the severe weather threat, heavy rain will also be a concern going through the entire weekend along and generally north of this frontal zone. Now, some of the heaviest totals this weekend are expected to be over the lower Great Lakes and upper Ohio Valley and northern mid-Atlantic regions, where as much as 1 to 2 inches of rain is possible, and some localized flooding concerns may result. So it's possible it could flood in some areas. Much of the northern tier states will be cooler through the weekend as high pressure will straddle this region from west to east. Meanwhile, across the south, temperatures will be near or above normal, and it is hot as a firecracker at my house today. Now, an exception will be over Florida, where an area of disturbed weather associated with an upper low should bring plenty of clouds and a threat of locally heavy rainfall. The heaviest rain should be along the east coast of Florida, where locally 2 to 3 inches of rain can be expected from late tomorrow through Sunday. Not only that, folks, in an extended forecast that I've been looking at, next week also more rain's coming your way. Now, this is going to keep the temperatures relatively cooler, so it'll be a little cooler there. Locally hot and dry, windy conditions, still got those red flag warnings out. It's going to prevail across much of the South U.S. and toward the southern Rockies, which will maintain a critical fire weather threat. Many of these areas are in an extreme to exceptional drought, and unfortunately, most of this region is not expected to see any rain through the weekend. Rain and late season mountain snow, yeah, though it is expected farther north across the west, with a large scale upper trough amplifying and closing off over the inner mountain west. The heaviest rain and snowfall totals should be over the northern and central Rockies, where moist easterly flow into the terrain will enhance precipitation for the favored upslope regions. Now, from the National Weather Service, that system in the Pacific, well, now it is a tropical depression. It's called 1E, and look at the time. This was 7:32 Pacific Daylight Time this morning. What does it say? Maximum sustained winds 30 knots, which is 35 miles per hour. Folks, that's 4 miles per hour from being a full-fledged tropical storm. Well, I think it may be a little bit higher now, but I don't know if it's reached tropical storm strength. It may not do it at all. I don't think it's going to be any big bad storm, but here it is. What are we, 19 days, 20 days, something like that from hurricane season starting? And things are beginning to show up. Now, the minimum central pressure is 1,006 millibars, located at 12.7 north, 129.0 west. It's moving west at 5 miles per hour. And let's check something else out right quick. Here's a satellite picture of it for you. It's from the GOES floater for today. And as you can see right in here, we have these clouds all around it, but right in here, it really looks like it tries to do something. I don't think it will, but just check it out. You can see the motions there, but I don't think it's going to be doing anything much at all, because I think it's going to get in cooler waters. However, though, some models are showing it going back up, strengthening. Some are showing it comes back down after it goes up in the cooler waters, and that's when it strengthens, and then it's just going to be so far away. It won't matter anyway, because this is no threat to anybody unless you are a fisherman out in this area. So all mariners need to keep this in mind, okay? Keep this in mind, and let's move it up just a second to see if there's any tropical points to this. We'll put it up here right quick. Let's find them forecast points. It doesn't show, well, we're trying to get them. Doesn't show any right now. So that's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So, with that picture there, let's move on to something else now. Okay, let's check out that little system that we've been seeing. So, this is, of course, courtesy the GFS of Tropical Tidbits. I'll get to this in just a moment, but let's see if it's still there. We're going to click her on up here. Go through a few days. Looks like something's making up. See all that rain coming to Florida? And this is that quasi front going up in here that I was telling you about, all up in here. This is a big high pressure over in here. So we're going to click on through here and see if it shows up today like it has for the past 2 days. Look at all the rain, rain, rain. Florida, you're needing some rain. Florida's going to get some. Well, it looks like that this might be it coming up now, okay? It originated right here in the water where it's very warm. As you can see, this is the system. So let's go up some more. And here it comes. Look at there. Let's go down just a moment. Look how tightly compact those isobars are. And they get tighter as they're going across a little bit of the Bahamas there, and they're in some of the water right before it gets up to the tip of Florida. So we'll move it a little bit more, and this is as far as we can go on this run, and it's right here off the coast. And according to the NCEP, let me tell you what this means, okay? It stands for the National Center for the Environmental Prediction. And what they do is they use the Fleet Numeral Meteorology and Oceanography Center model. They use the Canadian Meteorological Center model. They use the European model, which stands for the European Center for Medium Range Weather Forecast. And they also use the GFS, Global Forecast System. They put them all together, they have a formula they use, and bada boom, bada bing. This is what they come up with right here. It looks like where this orange is, right there in the center, and this is at the forecast during the 120 to 240 hour period out, okay? It has a 50% chance of turning into something. I can make this a little bigger, but you can't see the, well, now you can see it, okay? See right in here? This is before it even gets to Cuba. This is when it's down here. We'll go back some, okay? It's right about there, and we can't see it here, but this is just about where it's at when it's like this. I told you I'd keep my eyes on it, and I'm going to. There's a whole lot of stuff I could show you, but guys, this is days away. It's like, 13, 14 days away, something like that. But we do need to watch it. I do not think it's a glitch. First I thought it was a glitch maybe, but I don't think it's a glitch anymore since it's showing up on this NCEP model with all the others in it calculated and formulated. I don't think it is a glitch anymore. Some have it coming up through Florida, through North Carolina. Some have it going off here. Some have it going up in here. We'll just have to wait and see. It may die out and be nothing, but we do need to keep our eyes on it. So with that all said and done, I love all you guys. I hope everybody has a great weekend coming up. Some of us are going to get some rain. As for my coast, we shouldn't be getting that much rain now, but look out next week. We're going to have a chance of rain just about every day for 4 or 5 days. Well, with that all said and done, that's going to be happening all up and down in here in Florida. You should be getting rain this weekend, and you should get a whole lot more, especially around the I-95 corridor coming up next week. I love you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. Click the bell and make sure you get the latest in the weather news, forecasts, and alerts as they happen. I love all of you so very much. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for the donations. It helps me make it each month, and it helps me to keep on taking time to make these videos to help keep you and everybody else aware of what's going on and safe around you. And if you can't send me a donation, that's okay too. Thank you for watching and sharing my videos. Everybody, much peace, love, and kindness to all.